Miniatures, models, blue screens, cheesy effects, and really terrible CGI. What does that mean? Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to day 2 of my Killer Rats week. Thank you for joining me. I am your host, Mood616. Yeah, so I just got finished watching this one. And the movie in question tonight is, of course, Rat Scratch Fever. Yeah. This one is directed by Jeff Leroy. I got about 5 minutes into this movie, and instantly I had to look up who directed this, because I was like, I just watched a movie that was very similar to the shittiness of this one. And so I looked it up, and sure enough, it was fucking Creepies. The movie that I just showed in an update and said it was absolutely horrendous. I might have to go back and revisit that one, because I didn't really realize, but all this guy's movies are like this. They're done like that purposely. Anyways, getting into the plot of Rat Scratch Fever, the movie starts out with basically a group of astronauts. They've made their way to like an unknown planet called Planet X. It's known as. They are looking for they're looking for life on the planet, and what they come across is just a whole bunch of fucking rats and just craziness and all this shittiness and stuff. Anyways, the mission goes terribly wrong, and the one girl, Sonia, she actually makes it back to the ship. The rest of the crew is completely demolished and destroyed. So she aborts mission, makes her way back to Earth, only to be basically shot down by the military. She crashes in this military site, and it's unknown at first why they are shooting her down. You do later find out in the film why they were trying to shoot her down, because there's a doctor by the name of, I fucking can't remember his name right now. They do explain later in the film that she possibly was contaminated, and which she was. You actually see it right in the beginning of the film as she's getting back onto the ship. And as everyone else from the ship is being destroyed by these rats, a rat actually sneaks into her pants and crawls up her vagina. So she makes it back to Earth, crashes, and now the military is trying to kill her. Alright, so she's trying to evade and shit like that. Then her boyfriend, her ex-Marine boyfriend by the name of Jake, comes to her rescue and saves her, and yeah, so, and basically the military is still after her because she is contaminated. Meanwhile, when her ship crashed at the military sites, a bunch of rats were brought back to Earth, and they escaped into the city, and all hell breaks loose. These rats are they start tearing up the entire city, and they are ginormous things, and they start killing off people and shit like that, so. But I'll leave the plot right there. You do eventually find out, some things about the rats and shit like that. To my thoughts on the film. I mean, now Jeff Leroy, he has a very unique way of making films. Obviously his films are not to be taken serious. He uses lots of miniatures and models and really poor CGI and fucking terrible blue screens, and the effects are really bad in this film. But you know what? This is very entertaining. Very entertaining. I've seen movies with worse acting. The acting actually wasn't that bad in this. But it's just non-stop. The pacing is really well done in this movie. It starts out, you know, with the opening scene and as she crashes back to Earth, and it's very well paced throughout the whole film. The last 15 minutes are just completely laughable in this. It gets really gory. The effects are just outrageous. But yeah, so, you know, the film is very entertaining in itself, you know. There's not a whole lot of, like, rat action in the middle of the film. I don't even really want to get into, you know, her with the rats and stuff. If you watch this one, I'll let you see that for yourself. But yeah, you know, overall it's actually not too bad. And after I finished this movie, I said to myself, I'm like, well, I should go back and watch Creepies again because it was basically on the same line. I did watch Creepies after I watched a couple really shitty films, so I wasn't really in the mood, and it just kind of off-put me, but I got a new appreciation for this guy's type of films. These ones are definitely not for everybody. If you're looking for something a little more serious, it's definitely not for you. You can't take this serious at all. You know, there's not really much else to say about it, you know. I mean, the whole movie is just effects. You know, it's just really fucked up effects and stuff with a pretty simple storyline. I do like the fact at the end of the movie when you know, the broadcast coming on. It's not really giving anything away, but you got like the newscaster and they're doing like live bulletins and shit, and they're explaining about the fucking rats being the size of bears and taking over, you know, people and everything because they're just massive. I thought that was absolutely hilarious. I'm just trying to picture a rat the size of a fucking bear. It's just hilarious. But like I said, the last 15 minutes of this movie are just absolutely hilarious. But you know, that's Rat Scratch Fever. You just gotta take it for what it's worth. If I had to rate this one, I mean, I couldn't give this movie, you know, a really high rating, but I would definitely give it, you know, a 5 out of 10. You know, I found it enjoyable. I know for a fact some people are going to absolutely hate this one. But it was fun, and that's what it comes down to. It was just a fun film that you can't take serious. So, Rat Scratch Fever. Yeah, you know, just another gem released by Shriek Show. Fuck. Oh, man, I'm still laughing about this movie. It was quite entertaining. So, yeah. Day 2. I'll be back tomorrow with another film. Stay tuned for that. Hope you enjoyed the review. Leave comments if you've actually seen this one. Let me know your thoughts on this. And yeah, Rat Scratch Fever. I do recommend this. You know, even though I give it a 5 out of 10, I can't give it much higher because you just can't do it, you know. Anyways, I'm blabbling on. Mood616 signing off. Thanks for watching and subscribing, people. Peace out.